How are y'all? Good. Really? Alright, so like she said, I am Miss Rochelle Lewis, and thank y'all for showing up for yourselves today, okay? Make your feet flat on the ground. Now let's take a second and let's roll our shoulders back 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now let's roll it forward 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And take that right ear and drop it to our right shoulder. And let's bring it back to center. Take that left ear, drop it to your left shoulder. Bring it back to center. Now back to our right. Right ear to right shoulder. Really stretching your neck. Bring it back to center. Now let's take that left ear to our left shoulder. Bring it back center. Now let's take a deep inhale in through our nose. Exhale it out. Once again, really expanding the belly, the chest. Inhale in. Exhale out through the nose. Deep inhale in. Exhale out. Turn to your natural breath. Allow yourself to let the stress of today go. Don't think about how cold it is outside. Just let it all float away.
General question, like, what's going
Okay, back up. I graduated from Hampton. I worked in college athletics. Then I started my own business, a marketing consulting agency. I still operate in the sports space, doing some consulting for some college athletic departments, but also I am a consultant for an agency called RH7 Sports, which is focused on NIL and just sponsorship, marketing partnerships for athletes, specifically only women's athletes. So, super excited to talk to you guys today about building your brand. I will pass it to Jen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. A little bit. My name is J.P. Brown. I am an undergrad.
Hello, Bowie television watchers. This is Candy Waller checking in from my home by the sea, Hampton University, as we are here for a sports business and NIL summit, hosted and sponsored by the B Collective. I am here with 2 current Hampton University students. So go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Lillian Campbell. I'm a first-year sports management major from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hi, my name is Peyton Orr. I'm a graduating senior strategic communications major with the emphasis in sports management from Chicago, Illinois.
So what we're doing here in this interview is just some instant reactions from this morning's session. You all have done some breath work, and you've also learned about branding. Can you share some instant reactions of some of the things you've learned?
Yes, so this morning I really liked how everything started off with just focusing on your breathing and your mental health. That was really good. Just, getting to relax, just be real calm and start the morning off. And then also something I took away with just when it comes to branding, knowing your platform and who your audience is and really having that connection and make you stand out and to get views on social media platforms.
Well, for me, especially because I'm an athlete myself, I feel like hearing the mental health part was really important and it really stuck with me.
So are you all looking forward to the rest of the day and see? All Alrighty. Well, I appreciate you all taking the time to share your instant reactions of the summit so far.
Of course.
No problem. Thank you.
One of my strengths for my social media page, I would say, is marketing. Question mark? I don't really know how to explain it. Like when I take pictures. Okay. So that's one of the things that get a lot of likes. And yeah.
Okay, so I'm Miss Smith here, but in the real world, I'm the owner of Chat and Garden podcast. I got a private Facebook group that folks are in it. But one thing I will say, even though I don't do it, is video is what makes everybody stage. My podcast is audio only, but for my personal reason. I gotta be able to know what's on my Facebook. But when I do Facebook Live, I do that with the tributes to my magazine, which makes me want to go buy the magazine because now I got the real people right here. But movement is key. So listen, if you don't want your face to be shown, you can do a video with a voiceover. So, and I told you all over and over again, people are looking for social media management. So just remember to get over it and get to it.
So, one thing I want you to keep in mind when you're filling out your sheet, especially for the student athletes, is that when we're talking about NIL and just the opportunities that come from that, we look at a term that we call market value. So it's like, what market value do you as a person, as a brand, as a student athlete bring to that company, to that brand? So from a market value standpoint, I look at 4 factors. The first factor is your location. So location is obviously the school that you go to, where that school is, but at the same time, it's also where you're from, because that's where a lot of your following is going to be.
Her following to kind of transition into, buying a magazine or looking at her social media, right? That is through interest. Vaughn said something extremely important as well when it comes down to knowing your geographic location, right? That's also about interest, like what's selling in that area. So, one person, tell me something right now that's trending on social media that everyone in this room would know about. Just blurt it out. Doesn't have to be, nothing formal. One thing that's trending right now on social media that everyone in here knows about. Yes.
2016 is back trend. They're saying that 2026 is 2016.
Boom. Okay. What else is trending? Super Bowl. Super Bowl is trending. Okay. What else is trending?
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. Why is Minneapolis trending?
Because of the ICE killings and the shootings.
It's a thing, right? It's something that generates interest. When you're on the football field, what prevents you from, posing for the camera, popping your chain? Something as simple as this. Posing in front of the camera, flashing your chain, and tagging the jeweler that you bought the chain from.
Like I mentioned, my name is Dr. Marissa Edwards-Farrell, and I am the creative director, quote unquote, of Be Collective, the director of vision, and I'm joined here by the founder and creative director of Legacy History Pride. I'm going to hand the mic over to you to have you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you.
Sure. How y'all feeling? Y'all good? What's up? My second time here at Hampton, so glad to be back. It's a little colder than anticipated, but it's all good. As mentioned before, my name is Tahir Murray, graduate of Howard University, class of 2021. I started my brand, Legacy History Pride, also known as LHP, in 2019. I was a sophomore on campus, and I kind of just noticed, being on campus, there wasn't a lot of cool, school gear in the bookstore and products that really embody the HBCU experience and just Black culture in general.
So you are very hands-on in your camp, facilitating, talking to, covering insurance, waters, lunch, all of these different elements that go into the camp, securing the venue, getting the coaches, getting all of these pieces. You understand operations. You understand at a small level game day operations. So I'll use myself as an example. This event, right? this event came from an experience that I had working in sponsorship activation for professional teams. So understanding where sponsors are supposed to go, what they're supposed to have, what we agreed that they would receive throughout the purpose of the event. And so if y'all are able to do that for hosting a camp or hosting a clinic, these are all tangible skills that recruiters are looking for. Working in sports, they're already, you being an athlete, they're gonna give you kind of that heads up because they're like, oh, he's an athlete, they're probably coaching, or she's probably coaching. If they're an athlete, we know that they understand time management to some degree because you had to go to class, you had to go to practice.
Bowie television watchers, this is Candy Waller checking in again at my home by the sea, Hampton University. I am standing here still at the Sports Business Summit in NIL. We're learning all things on those topics. I'm going to let you all introduce yourselves. Go right ahead.
How y'all doing? My name is Noah Cologne. I'm a first-year sports management major, student athlete. I play football.
My name is Nari Means. I'm a first-year sports management major as well, and I play football as well too.
So I know you were saying that you've been here so far. We're wrapping up now, the third session?
Yes, ma'am.
So give us some of your initial instant reactions of what you've learned so far.
So the first one was about a little bit of, her name was, I think it was Dr. Lewis. It was really about just the, I wanted to say like the Zen side of everything that goes on as just anything. Student athlete, I feel like, was the main part of it actually. She kind of did like a little break where it was like 90 seconds of peace, and it honestly caught up to me extremely well. And honestly, a lot of the stuff she was talking about, I actually appreciate it because she actually cares about the mental health side of especially student athletes, and stuff that a lot of the us student athletes go through. And honestly, to see somebody that cares about it that much, honestly, is something good to see. The second, it was actually two people. They were talking about like their opportunities that they made and stuff. And I think one of them was a graduate here. Him and her, they had what they had to talk about was actually good. They were able to like make us interact with each other. Figure out certain stuff that could help us, promote ourselves as in just fashion. If it's on game day, wearing a certain amount of clothes or certain clothing that is special to you, and making it known on any type of social media like TikTok and Instagram. And then the latest one was actually a guy that went to Howard. He has a clothing brand, shop LHP. It was good to hear his story and how he became, known and what he needed to do and how much confidence he had in himself to be able to do that in the real world.
And I was there for the last session as well, and I thought it was super cool how he was able to express how he started his brand when he first started it in college, and him being in college and him being one of the younger guys. It just and him being in the position that he's in right now, it just goes to show that there's no limits to the stuff that you want to do, whatever. Obviously, he's not too far out of college. He said he graduated in 2021, I believe, so he's still one of the younger guys, and he's just he's doing a good job with his brand. I haven't heard of it before, but I looked it up, and I've definitely seen a couple things before, just seen it around. He works at a lot of colleges, HBCUs and stuff like that, and I thought it was really cool and good what he was doing as well.
So they did say that some of it is over there. We see it on the table in the background, and it's also in the bookstore. So you all make sure you check it out. Listen, thank you so much. I told you that this would be harmless. You guys were terrific. Thank you so much again. You staying for the rest of the day? You gotta go to class.
I'm staying.
Okay, all right, because my session is coming. Anyway, thank you so much.
Good morning, good afternoon. We appreciate you also coming here, continuing to eat and be happy. My name is Dr. Michael Marsh. I'm part of the BE Collective team. I'm CEO and founder of Marsh Athletics. Now, who's excited? Thank you for the quiet excitement. I appreciate it. All right, so now you got some giants up here. Y'all got some strong women up here, okay? They're very humble, and I appreciate that about them. Johnny, start taking notes, okay? So who's excited to hear who they are, because they will introduce themselves, and they're going to smile and be happy. All right. Who's excited and ready? As soon as you start clapping. There you go. All right now. Ladies, please, tell us who you are, why you're here. Let's get it started. Thank you so much.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ashley Danielle. I am a native of Nashville. Went to Tennessee State University, so another HBCU. I have a nonprofit called ABC Sports Foundation. I work with athletes on nonprofit management, event management, and
Hello, everyone. My name is Candy Waller, and I am a graduate of Hampton University. You can see my shirt. Onyx 5. Yes, Onyx 5. That's my classmate over there. And I am so happy to be at my home by the sea to share this moment with you all. I am the president of Bowie Television, also the founder and CEO of Seawall Sports and Entertainment. We have a lot to talk about today. And we'll get into kind of like a little bit more of what I do and of course what Ashley does in a moment. But because I'm in media and broadcasting, I'm probably gonna be stuck with the microphone. We talked about that. But I think we wanted to start off this session. This is going to be more of a fireside chat style dialogue. Not just us talking at you all, we're gonna be all conversing together. So I think we wanted to start off with, this is going to be around career pathways in sports. And you can already tell that, you know, Ashley and I have different backgrounds in sports, yet we are very connected in a lot of the work that we do. So you all just go ahead and share with us, what are you interested in sports? What is the role? What is your job, dream job, path that you're thinking you want to take right now?
Anybody want to share? Yes, ma'am.
I want to get into sports media and management. I don't really know, because I'm still kind of trying to kickstart into the industry of sports. So I'm not exactly sure what profession that is, but I definitely want to be in media. Because I love visual storytelling. So, yeah.
Awesome. Anybody? Okay. All right. Okay.
I would also say, I'm still trying to figure it out too, but two that has my interest is also sports media and sports recruiting.
Okay. Sports media, sports recruiting. Yes, in the back.
I like game day operations.
Okay. Game day operations. Sports attorney. All right. Okay. Yes, right here.
Sports broadcasting.
Okay. Sports broadcasting. All right. Yes.
Sports journalism.
Okay. Sports journalism. All right.
Anybody else want to share? I know a few of y'all are walking in. We're just asking what
jobs are you guys looking at in sports? Past college. Yes, ma'am.
Sports marketing.
Coaching. Anybody else want to share right there? I saw a little fist bump with the law. I'm assuming you might want to do something in law? Sports agent. Okay. You got any thoughts on?
I guess now is the time we're supposed to tell you all what we do.
So, let me get a show of hands. How many of you all want to work directly with a team? Now, do you all know that you can do the same thing without being directly with a team? Okay. How many want to work like directly with the league itself, like the NBA or NFL? So you want to work with the league? Okay, cool. Any thoughts on that?
So a bit of a background about myself, and then I'll pass it back to Ashley so she can share about herself. And we'll try not to be too long-winded because we both have taken non-traditional routes into the sports industry. So what does that mean for me? For myself, when I graduated from Hampton University, I went to grad school. I went straight to grad school. I didn't want to go to work yet, just being honest. And I started in a career in consulting. So I worked for the Big Four, IBM, Deloitte, the MITRE Corporation, as a organizational change management consultant. So I did a lot of stakeholder engagement, public relations, strategic communications, training, facilitation, all of the things. Fast forward a bit more, I've always had a passion for sports. My classmate here, Chris Parker, was on the football team here. I used to work for the football team, specifically with the offensive line coach. And so I took a lot of stats. I paid attention to who they were recruiting and all of those things. I just had a passion for it. And I also just loved the competitiveness of the game from any athlete, right? And I enjoyed talking about it. So I always envisioned myself becoming a sports broadcaster, a sports reporter, and wanting to have my own television show. That is exactly what I do right now. So I went from being a Big Four consultant, rising up the ranks, through corporate America, to using my gifts, my knowledge, skills, and abilities to already know I have transferable skills. Effective communication is exactly what it is. It's talking to you all, it's talking to sports fans, it's interviewing, some of your favorite athletes from the area. It's covering some of the major top sporting events. I do all of that, but I didn't start in the sports industry. I entered in, kind of took a lateral, if you will, into the sports industry, starting out with my own organization, Seawall Sports and Entertainment, and then going to a local television channel in Prince George's County, Maryland, so that's where Bowie TV is based, and then saying, now I'm the president of this channel, and I can continue to do exactly what it is that I love to do, but I've never worked for a sports team. Now, sports teams have their own media, right? They have their own everything, right? But I'm able to spend a lot of my time, and specifically where I spend most of my time now is with the Washington Commanders. I am what they consider an on-the-beat reporter. That means you work there every day, basically, to do journalism, to tell stories, to write, whatever that may be. So that is my non-traditional path into sports. And now I'll pass it to Ashley so she can share with you all what she does.
So I am as non-linear as her. So I actually started out as a cheerleader for the Titans. I quickly realized I did not like that. Didn't want to cheer. I did it 2 years. First year was just to make sure it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Second year was just as bad as a veteran. I then asked my coach, I respected her, and said, hey, how did you get to where you are? So she said, anytime you get booked for an appearance, ask who brought you there. So that's what I started to do. I opened my mouth, what do you have available? So I talked my way into working at ESPN Radio in Nashville as I was working with boards, I was producing shows, and I had no experience. I'm telling you, none. So I had to learn the boards, work that, did that for about 1.5 years, then got moved to producing a few shows with some Titans players. They realized my personality was pretty big, said you need to be outside talking to people, so I worked I had a street team. So whenever you go to a game, you see those people that are engaging with you, hey, spin the wheel, get a prize, come in, do stuff like that. That's what I was doing, but I had a bunch of other people that I was overseeing to make sure that everyone has a great game day experience. Fast forward that a little bit, I started to do game day operations with the Titans. So whenever you're at a game, you see contests on the field where they're like, throw the football in the tire, kiss cam, all that stuff. Those things happen with a huge team in the back end. So I've heard several of you kind of say some of those jobs that you wanted to get into that I've already done. Once I was kind of done with that, I just get bored easy. So I ended up going to law school. So I heard a sports attorney over there, and I worked at a sports agency. So I started there in client servicing. I realized very quickly, I don't like booking players' flights. I don't want to deal with their mama. I don't want to deal with any of that stuff. And I really had a great background in event management. So when one of the guys that they hired to do all of the players' football camps at the end of their season, he was going to not do a good job. I told the agents, hey, I bet something's going to happen. And 2 weeks before that first camp, the player was threatening to fire the agent because he said, if he comes to my camp, I'm firing y'all. And they quickly turned to me and said, actually, you told us something was going to happen, and I want you to fix it. So at that point, I had 10 football camps to work with these players in a short period of time, but all of my skills that I acquired from all those random jobs really helped me kind of catapult into that.
And all right, Bowie television watchers, we are still at my home by the sea, Hampton University, here for the Sports Business and NIL Summit, hosted and sponsored by the B Collective. We are having a ball. Well, at least I am.
I am too.
Okay, very good. Yep. So we're going to continue on with the initial reactions from the day. But first, Introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Samuel Young. I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana. I'm a liberal studies major, 4th year.
I'm Ari Allen from Durham, North Carolina, liberal studies major, 4th year as well.
Demarius Stewart, 5th year senior from South Highland, Illinois, with a liberal studies major.
All right, so actually this initial reaction would be after the session that I was on with Ashley Danielle from the ABC Sports Foundation. So initial reactions, what did you all think about it and what did you all learn?
I enjoyed it. I learned a lot about first how she got her way into what was her name again? Ashley, Miss Ashley. How Miss Ashley got into like the sports business side, sports management side of it, being a part of an agency and everything, and then you with how you got your way into being a reporter in sports. Just both of y'all, how y'all got into sports, not the traditional way, you know. Got anything to say?
Yeah, I do. Ms. Candy, that was a good question. I would say it was more of an eye-opener for me. You know, it's always good for me to hear from another black woman's perspective on about getting into the work industry and things of that nature, because my mom, I can see she had it hard. So it's always good to be educated on like the ins and outs and any tips and any nicks and reminders I can use for my family and other people.
I would say it was very informative. Like she said, she became a lawyer while taking night classes. So she said that took her about 4 years, but she was doing that while she was an agent and taking care of clients. So I thought that was something that was good to take away.
So are you all staying for the rest of it? Still a couple more sessions to
Yes,
go?
ma'am.
I believe so, yes.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you all for your time. I appreciate you
Thank
guys
you.
doing
No problem.
this and being here.
Yes, ma'am.
No problem.